Taking that time off, lost a bunch of weight, lost a bunch of muscle, and then I got COVID right during Christmas.
What's up, guys, and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. Let's start this video with the update of reigning 3 times classic physique champion Chris Bumstead, and the reason why we haven't seen him training after the Olympia so often. Yes, one reason is the much needed rest and recovery that his body was demanding after winning 3 Olympia titles. The other reason is that he was suffering from COVID and he went on to dropping like 28 pounds during that time span.
I lost another 8 to 10 pounds probably, so right now I'm 236 pounds, which means I'm about 28 pounds lighter than I was in my off season at this. Probably purely muscle because I'm in decent shape right now, body fat percentage wise.
Normally, he would be a lot bigger at this point in his off season, but he weighs just 236 pounds right now, as he said. Now, for Cbum fans, thankfully it happened after the Olympia and at a time when there is still 12 months till he defends the title again, and it's safe to say that he will regain the lost tissue in a couple of weeks, and this won't affect his 2022 season at all.
I have a project, Mr. Olympia, because I do believe that if he does everything right, within 3 years he would be an absolute contender for the title.
Milos did an interview with Generation Iron recently, stating that him and Regan Grimes will try to win the Olympia title in next 2 to 3 years. Although Regan wants to win it in 2022.
We're going to try in 2. Of course, he wants to do it in 1, which, he is that motivated and he wants to do it.
First of all, let's address that. There are 2 young guys who have a clear ambition of becoming Mr. Olympia in the upcoming years. One of them is Hunter Labrada, who chose to skip the Arnold Classic just because he totally understands that to surpass that elite top 3, namely Hadi Choopan, Regan Can, and Big Ramy, a lot of work and effort is required. So he chose to sit out. And the other guy is none other than Nick Walker. Everyone asked Nick why isn't he defending the title at the Arnold. His answer is just spot on and 100% realistic. If you continue to compete, how are you going to beat those top 3 or 4 guys at the Olympia? Making some massive improvements, that requires a big off season, and that's what Hunter and Nick are doing. So, Regan hoping to win the title in 1 year, that isn't realistic. And I'm sure Regan knows that as well, because he continues to compete. And yes, he will have 9 months till the Olympia after the Arnold Classic, but what about the other guys who utilize the entire 12 months to take their physiques to the next level? Now, speaking realistically, can Regan win the Olympia title in next 3 years? Yes, that might be possible. There is no denying the fact that Regan has unbelievably aesthetic shape, but the judging criteria right now is mass. Otherwise, Hadi Choopan could have been Mr. Olympia 2021. Because conditioning-wise, it wasn't even close between him and Ramy. And let's not forget how great of a shape Regan Can possesses. So all the hype revolving Regan and Milos is good. It brings excitement to the sport. But what about Nick Walker in next 3 years, who is growing at a freakishly fast pace? What about Hunter Labrada? And add another name to the list, Brett Wilkin. And let's not forget that Ronnie Coleman, the greatest bodybuilder of all time, had one bad year in 2002. And everybody started saying that he is finished. And what happened next in 2003 is history. Big Ramy is just 37 years old. So who knows, he shows up in 2022 with a dominating physique and closes the door for everyone right at the gate. With his overwhelming size, he can stay on top for as long as he wants if he keeps bringing the conditioning. For reference, Big Ramy's 2020 victory was as dominant as it gets. Putting all that in perspective, do you guys think Regan Grimes can be Mr. Olympia in 2 to 3 years? Do let me know in the comment section. Vlad the Impaler didn't get to compete as much as he wanted in 2021. But the sheer size of this guy at only 25 years old got people talking that how far he can go in the sport of bodybuilding. Currently weighing 288 pounds with unbelievable condition, he is another guy who will likely be making his Olympia debut in 2022 if he doesn't face any visa issues. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thank you.